What's up, YouTube? Coach Jim back with another round of busting cards, and we got a fun one set up for you today. As you can see in the background, we're paying homage to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Joe Montana, arguably, maybe for me, definitely the greatest quarterback of all time. And I'm excited to dive into this break. And why are we paying tribute to Joe? Because today is June 11th, and that is Joe's birthday. So happy birthday, Joe. This break is for you. So what I thought I'd do today is do something special and go old school. We'd go 1991 Upper Deck football. Back in the day where cards were kept classic and cool, and just like Joe. So 91 Upper Deck football. A lot of cool stuff in this box of cards. Number one, we have got a couple of decent rookies. Brett Favre's rookie is in here. Couple of other ones: Eric Swan, Herman Moore. Some of the old school greats are in here. Nobody massive other than Favre. I think Brett was the biggest name rookie in 91, but we'll look and see if we can find his card. Some cool inserts. I know there's a set of hologram cards in here, Game Breaker hologram checklists that are in here that are pretty cool. So hopefully we can find a couple of those as well. But the interesting thing that I'm looking for, and why I'm going to 91 Upper Deck specifically, is you can see the player right there on the box. That's a 49er player. That's because the 49ers had won the Super Bowl in 89 and they won it again in 90. Back-to-back Super Bowl champions. And to commemorate, they did a subset in this box of Joe Montana. So there's a 9-card set. Well, if you add the header card, there's a 10-card set of Joe Montana, different cards. And we're going to try to put that set together. So I got a few of these boxes. I won't break them all today on this video. We'll save some for another video at another time. But we're going to try to put that whole set together. That'll be cool. I have collected that set before, and I know I can find them on the internet pretty cheap. But it's always better when you can bust them open and put the set together yourself. So I'm going to try to put another set together. Now, this card in particular is one that I'm looking for. Why? Because this card is actually hanging on my wall. And I'll transition here and show you that picture. So my wife actually gave me this picture about 20 years ago. And this is a picture where you can see the size of it. They took this card, they blew it up, they framed it, and then Joe Montana signed it in the bottom left corner there. And so that's been an important card for me. So when I saw the box were available at a card shop down in Florida, and I got these pretty cheap. I've seen these run for about $20 to $30 on eBay. The guy in Florida that we stopped in his card shop, he had these set up for, actually it was like 2 for $15. So we grabbed everything he had, figuring that we would do a break like this. And today's the day. I've been holding on to them for a while, but it's Joe's birthday. So now's the time to dive in here, bust these cards open, and see what we get. So let's enjoy a nostalgic trip back to 1991. Some of you guys probably weren't even born, and I'll bet you there's some cards in here, players that you guys have never heard of, but we'll have some fun going back and remembering. A lot of cards in this set. This is the low series. So there was 2 series, a low series and a high series. And the low series, I think, was 600 cards in the whole series, and then the high series was the final 100 cards. Now, the coolest thing about this, and I don't know that we'll find one, but what would be absolutely ridiculously off the chain is if we can find one of the 2,500 cards that Joe actually signed and that's in these boxes. So maybe they've all been found, maybe they haven't. We'll bust this box open and see what we can find. So, you guys ready? It's going to be a bit of a longer break today, and you know what? That's okay. You guys can skip around if you want, but I'm going to sit back, enjoy the rip, bust these cards open, and just take it old school for a little bit. So, we'll pull the seal. I almost feel bad ripping this seal off, as old as it is. You can see it's still got the Upper Deck moniker and logo on the seal, but I don't know what kind of shape these cards will be in either, so that'll be interesting. The cool thing about these boxes is that they went even farther with the packaging. So you had the cool front, but then also on the back, you had collectible boxes. And I think there were 6 or 7 different box bottoms that you could get. And this is one of them, and it mimics one of the cards in the series. So this is 1989 back-to-back. Hopefully we'll find this card in here as well. But you can collect the box bottoms, and they went for some money as well. So we'll see over the other boxes that we've got if we've got some different bottoms to go along with that. So let's break this bad boy open. Man, look at those packs. We got a lot of packs here, and I'm just going to set the box over to the side. I'll grab the first pack, and we'll just open it up and see what we get. So fun rip. And this is old school foil paper, man. That is so cool. You don't see that anymore. First card off the bat, we've got Jeff Lageman. And you can see the card set up, classic front and back set up. A little bit of information about the player, picture on the side, and it's got that little foil stamp for Upper Deck right there on the corner. That is card number 1. We've got Don Makowski. We've got Eric McMillan. Leonard Smith. Bunch of names, man, from back in the day. And we've got Ronnie Lippett. And we've got a star rookie turned around, and that is Nick Bell. Nick Bell, star rookie. Pretty cool there. Bring that into focus. We've got Martin Mayhew, Pepper Johnson, and we've got one turned around. We got Drew Hill, and we've got Paul Farron, Jesse Hester, and Mark Carrier. And it's cool looking at these older cards, and some of them are sticking together a little bit, but that's okay. We got Pat Beach, Brian Blades, Dalton Hilliard, Sean Jones, Matt Millen. Boy, that's an old school Hard Knocks player right there. Matt Millen was a tough player. You can see all the blood stuff on his jersey, man. That's when men were men. And we got an aerial threat. Aerial threats with the with the Rams. And I believe that is Jim Everett and Henry Ellard. So all you old school Rams fans, you guys will remember these guys getting it done. We got Dennis Bird, Pete Holohan. We got another one turned backwards here. And that is Vinny Testaverde. Vinny Testaverde, you know, he's got a look on his face in that picture like, oh no, it happened again. He had that look quite a bit. So, that's funny. And then our next card, we've got Ruben Mays. We got Tim Worley. And finish out that pack with Keith Willis. Pack number 3. We got Tommy Kane. Bubby Brister. Bubby Brister. That's a name that brings back some memories. And Anthony Munoz. Mike Horan. We got some of these are sticking together there. We got Chris Singleton. We've got an aerial threats for the Eagles, and that's going to be Randall Cunningham and Keith Jackson. And then we got the fridge. There you go, some old school Bears fans. We got the fridge, William Perry. We got Mr. Phil Simms. You guys hear him in the commentator's booth a lot. And then we've got Jim Arnold, Mike Babb, Ray Donaldson. And the Samurai, Mike Singletary. I'm going to tell you, man, if I were to find that autographed Montana in one of these packs, you'll probably see me just flip out. And we're going to, this is pretty cool. We got our first hologram card, our game breaker, Thurman Thomas. Man, look at that thing. I'm going to try to slide out of the way so you can get a good look. It is full shine on that card. That thing is like a mirror. You see the hologram inside it. That is so, so cool. And that's for Thurman Thomas. So I think we're going to go ahead and get some sleeves out in a second and sleeve that bad boy up. That's a pretty cool card there. And then we've got Wayne Haddix, Vasikahema, Brad Muster, Ernest Givens, Michael Carter, go Niners. We got another aerial threats. This is with the Chiefs, and this is going to be Steve DeBerg and Stephon Page. Steve DeBerg is probably my second favorite quarterback of all time because that guy was tough as nails. Man, he was gritty. Played for the Niners before he went to the Chiefs, before Montana got there. Went to the Chiefs and had some success, but a tough quarterback. So that's pretty cool. And we got Bobby Hebert. We got Mervin Fernandez. And we've got Steve Christie. Rodney Peete. EJ Jr. And Vince Buck. We got Kevin Fagan, go Niners. Brian Hinkle. Eddie Brown, Alton Montgomery. We got season leaders, Mark Carrier. We got an aerial threat for the Oilers. And that is going to be Warren Moon and Drew Hill. Great combination of players right there. And we've got Dennis Gentry, Andre Reed. We got Fred Young, Chris Spillman, Dwight Stone, and Ronnie Lippett. Brett Perriman, Ernie Jones, Mark Bortz. We got Clay Matthews. You guys know his kid. Nick Lowry. Aerial threats for the Dolphins. We got Dan Marino and one of the Supermarks, Mark Clayton. Mike Ken, Stephon Page, and then we've got Reggie Cobb, Jerry Ball, another Matt Millen, and Morton Anderson. The man, Jerry Rice, the #1 target for Montana. Go Niners. We got Rod Woodson, Rick Camarillo, Carnell Lake, Derek Thomas. We got an aerial threat. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Aerial threats with Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, the best to ever do it. Super cool. Cornelius Bennett, Dwayne Bickett, John Stevens, David Little, Chris Singleton, and Kevin Mack. Still looking for our first of the insert cards. We haven't found one yet. Maybe one will be coming up here. We got Chris Carter, Ben Smith, and Gary Anderson. Man, these things are turned every which way. You guys thought Panini turned them and flipped them. Paul Farron. We got season leaders. This one is Warren Moon. We got Percy Snow, Barry Word, Christian Okoye, Jay Hilgenberg, Andre Ware, Michael Carter, Go Niners, and we got Thane Gash. Last pack in stack 1. And we've got Jeff Herod, Jay Novacek, Roy Green, Big Tim Worley. We got season leaders, Jerry Rice. He led many a season. We'll take that one. And follow that by Kelvin Martin, John Gisek, and Mark Clayton. And we got Brent Williams. There we go. We got our first checklist. And that's just a basic checklist. We got Mark Carrier, season leaders, and Carl Zander. We'll get out stack number 2. Keep on rolling here. Oh, there we go. We've got our card. So we got our first card that we're looking for in the series, and it just happens to be the one that I have autographed. So that is the first card in the group that we're looking for. That is so cool, man. That is clean too. So there we go. First one in the set that we're looking for. We'll set that off to the side. And we start out with Bert Grossman, Jim Breach, Mike Babb, season leaders, Barry Sanders. And then we've got Scott Case, another Scott Case. So we got back-to-back Scott Cases. Unfortunately, these aren't like the cards today. We don't have parallels and different numbers. We've just got 2 of the same card. And we got the monster, Bruce Smith. And Rodney Hampton, Mark Murphy, Nick Lowry, and Al Baker. Watching these guys play, I'll tell you what, man, football was a lot of fun back in the day, especially if you were a Niner fan, but it was ultra competitive. And, guys could hit each other. They could bounce off each other and just keep on playing. So that was pretty fun to watch. Pat Terrell. Got Michael Irvin. Freddie Joe Nunn. Another Rodney Peete. Checklist. This is the second checklist, number 500 in the checklist series. And we've got another John Gisek. And Kelvin Martin. Andre Rison. Irvin Fryer. Got another checklist. This is another 400 checklist. We got Derek Thomas, season leaders. And Harold Green. Looks like we've got another game breaker here. I think it's another Thurman Thomas. So we have 2 Thurman Thomas game breaker holograms. Got Jerry Browner. Oh, here we go. Oh. Jerry Browner. Wes Hopkins checklist. This is a 300 series checklist. Dwight Stone, Marcus Dupree, Barry Word, Percy Snow, Emmett Smith, Terry McDaniel, another Mark Murphy. Got a season leaders, Warren Moon, and Billy Joe Tolliver. Jarvis Williams, Carl Mecklenburg, Curtis Duncan, David Little, Dennis Smith, Cornelius Bennett. We got another aerial threats for Montana to Rice. Steve Broussard, Reggie Roby, Andre Bruce. Got another Jerry Rice season leader, and Wade Wilson. JoJo Townsell, Ernest Biner, Dino Hackett, Jerry Ball, Irv Pankey, Mike Ken. Aerial threats again for the Dolphins, Dan Marino and Mark Clayton, Dave Craig, Tim McKyer, Tony Bennett, season leader Barry Sanders again, and Courtney Hall. So a box like this with this many cards, you're bound to get some duplicates. We've already hit a few, but you know, super cool cards anyway. William White, Tom Rathman. Put your head down, young man. He was a monster back for the Niners. That guy would just run over you. So, super cool, man. Lorenzo White, Andre Ware, David Treadwell, Andre Reed, aerial threats, Warren Moon and Drew Hill, Clarence Verdon, and we got Alan Pinkett, Simon Fletcher, another checklist, and Mike Merriweather. Two more packs in this stack. And we got Isaac Holt, Jim Lachey, Kevin Ross, the checklist, Andy Heck, got Bobby Hebert, aerial threats, Steve DeBerg and Stephon Page, Leslie O'Neal, says Golick, yeah, Bob Golick. So this is Bob Golick. And if you hear Mike and Mike, or used to listen to Mike and Mike in the morning, Mike Golick, this is Mike's brother Bob. And you might remember Bob if you ever watched the show with Zach and the crew. I'll think about that in a second. But he was on that show for a while. Steve Walsh, Marcus Dupree, and Leo Gass. Saved by the Bell. I knew if I passed it, it would come to me. So if you ever watched Saved by the Bell, the college years, he was in that show with them. Martin Mayhew, Steve Young, back then doing his role, backup quarterback. Hadn't had a chance to shine yet, but we know what he did when he got into the lineup. So, Hall of Famer as well. Bruce Matthews, Mark Murphy again. We got Don Griffin. Go Niners. Yeah. Felt like it was stuck there. Another fridge, William Perry. Aerial threats again for the Eagles, Randall Cunningham and Keith Jackson. And then we've got Tim Rosenbach, Wilbur Marshall, Chris Hinton, Dennis Smith, and Cleveland Gary. We got Dennis Berg, Ronnie Harmon, Tim Brown, Andre Bruce, Dwayne Harper, Dennis Berg again, aerial threat for the Rams, and that's going to be Everett and Henry Ellard, John L. Williams, Ray Childress, Sam Mills, Irv Pankey, and then we've got the Joe Montana first card in the set, or number 5 of the set. I thought it was the first one. This is number 5 in the series, the Football Hero series. So there you go. That's our first card in the actual series. And then we've got the card that we were looking for, of the autographed picture. So that's 2 of the cards that we've been looking for right there out of this first box. Let's see if there's any more hiding in here. 2 sacks left. I told you guys this would be a long one. If you're sticking with me, good on you. Barry Word, Roger Craig, go Niners. Sean Landetta, Torrey Epps, Harry Hamilton, Joey Browner, Alvin Harper, Nick Lowry, Mike Rozier, Ken Norton, Cortez Kennedy, and Anthony Munoz. So still looking for a couple of cards in the set that we're trying to put together. Let's see what we can find here. John Gasek, Bobby Humphrey, Eddie Anderson, Hobie Brenner, Eric Green, Pat Terrell, All-Star rookie Eric Turner, Bill Brooks, Seth Joyner, Ron Hall, Gerald Williams, and Brad Muster. Man, these names bring back a ton of memories. Scott Case again. Ricky Sanders. Mark Bavaro, great tight end for the Giants. Ian Beckles. Floyd Dixon. And we've got another Montana card. That's number 2. There we go. So we've hit 2 of the cards that we were looking for in the same box. We got an All-Star rookie, Greg Lewis. James Williams. Jesse Tuggle. Keith Sims. Bruce Hill. And Eddie Brown. First card is we've got the NFL's fastest man, Darryl Greene. Pretty cool card. You got him start from the start, coming up, and then into his sprint. And Darryl used to challenge people. This is the SP1 card. There was 2 SP cards in this set. I think the first one was this one, and then SP2 commemorates Don Shula's 300th victory. But this is one of them. And Darryl, back in the day, he'd set up races with other NFL stars. They do competition to see who was the fastest man in the NFL, and he won for several years in a row. No one could beat him. This guy could just flat out fly. I think it was right there. There you see. His Greene has now run his unbeaten streak to 12 races. Can't really see that there. Let's see if we can get it to focus in. So 12 times he ran races with people from the NFL and won them all. Kelvin Martin, Johnny Holland, Jesse Tuggle, Danny Stubbs, Vaughn Johnson, Jeff Harrod. We got an all-star rookie of Todd Light. And then finish out with Albert Bentley, Mark Bavaro, Ricky Neal, and Gary Anderson. So we got another card here in the set. That's pretty cool there. So there's another one. That is card number 4. And we've got another hologram. I think this whole box is going to be Thurman Thomas holograms. That's our 3rd one. And then we've got Percy Snow, Seth Joyner, Paul Gruber, Tony Casillas, Chris Carter, All-Star for Chuck Webb, Jeff Hostetler, Eddie Anderson, Tom Newberry, and Harry Hamilton. Another aerial threat. I think this is the 3rd one for Montana to Rice. Tim Harris, Mike Rozier, Ken Norton, Ricky Jackson. And we got Jerry Rice, Go Niners, Aaron Craver, Bo Nose, Bo Jackson, Sean Landetta, Mark Jackson, Eric Green, and finish out with Mark Bortz. Start out with an aerial threats. Again, Montana and Mark Clayton, Gil Bird, Keith Byers, Ron Hall, Sean Collins, Brett Perriman, Todd Marinovich, and that is All-Star Rookie of Todd Marinovich, Deion Sanders, Prime Time, Howie Long in his playing days, Richmond Webb, Floyd Dixon. That's a great shot of Floyd Dixon, isn't it? And Rich Camarillo. Another aerial threats for Warren Moon and Drew Hill. Sterling Sharp, Michael Kofer, Keith Sims, Tommy Hudson, Kevin Fagan, Go Niners again, Herman Moore, All-Star Rookie. Nice one there. That's one I was looking for. Shane Conley, Raina Thompson, Ed West, Vaughn Johnson, and Gary Anderson. Another aerial threats was Steve DeBerg and Stefan Page. And then we've got Ken Harvey, Mark Rippon. I know as soon as I turn this set, it's going to turn back over on me. Ricky Neal, Doug Waddell, Wayne Haddix, Stanley Richard, All-Star rookie, Troy Aikman, Farrell Edmonds, Jim Richer, Tony Casillas, and Roy Green. So that's going to be pack number, or I should say stack number 3. And then our final stack here. See if we can find some more of our insert cards. Maybe an All-Star rookie of Favre. Eric Turner, All-Star rookie. Anthony Miller. Terry McDaniel. Fred Marion. We got a team MVP for Dennis Berg. And we've got Barney Bussey. We got an All-Star rookie of Dan McGuire. Got another Roger Craig. 300 checklist. Pat Leahy. Kevin Ross. And an a team MVP, Anthony Miller. All-Star rookie, Greg Lewis. We got Dexter Carter, Go Niners. Irvin Fryer. Deron Cherry. Team MVP, Otis Anderson. Eric Metcalf. All-Star rookie of Charles McCray. Bobby Humphrey. Freddie Joe Nunn. Irvin Randall. Team MVP, Rod Woodson. And Bruce Matthews. We got an All-Star rookie of Todd Light. John Elway. Rodney Hampton. Guy McIntyre. We met Guy and got to hang out with him on our 49er cruise. Spent some time getting to know Guy. Awesome, awesome dude, man. He is a phenomenal man. Pat Swilling. Mark Kelso. An All-Star rookie of Russell, Maryland. Ricky Sanders. Jim Breach. Lewis Billups. Team MVP of Johnny Johnson. And Tim Brown. Coming down to the last couple packs here. I think we got another one of the cards that we're searching for. And we got, let's see, All-Star rookie, Chuck Webb. Art Monk. Brent Williams. Steve DeBerg. This is what I was talking about with him being one of the toughest quarterbacks I've ever seen play. He broke his pinky, and it was close to playoff time. They pinned it, so he played with this big old cast, his hand all taped up, and a pin sticking out about 1.5 inches out the tip of his finger. And he played and played well. Team MVP, John Stevens. And we've got the collector's choice for Neal Anderson, and that's a proof. That's one of the original proof cards, so that's pretty cool there. We got an All-Star rookie of Mike Crowell. Johnny Holland. Roy Green. Keith McConte. Team MVP, Randall Cunningham. And then we got card number 3 out of 9 in the set. 1984 Super Bowl MVP. Next pack starts out with All-Star rookie Aaron Craver. Vance Johnson. Jay Hilgenberg, Bruce Armstrong, Team MVP, Anthony Carter. We've got another proof, the Collector's Choice, Boomer Esiason. All-Star Rookie of Mike Dumas, Derek Fenner, Gary Anderson, Tony Stargell, and Team MVP Dennis Berg. And then we got card number 1, the college years under center at Notre Dame. That's 4 out of the 9. Not doing too bad for the first box. Hopefully we can find the rest of them as we go through these rips. All-Star Rookie for Todd Marinovich, John Taylor, the other part of the receiving duo, John Stevens, Pat Leahy, Team MVP for Dan Marino. We got another Collector's Choice, Thurman Thomas. All-Star Rookie for Eric Bieniemy, Tim Harris, Rich Camarillo, James Brooks, Team MVP Otis Anderson, and John Offerdahl. All-Star Rookie, Herman Moore, Eugene Robinson, Reggie Cobb, Irvin Randall, Team MVP, Henry Ellard. And we've got another Collector's Choice proof, and that's going to be John Elway. And we've got a Star Rookie Checklist. Star Rookie Checklist, and this is Dan McGuire. Gilbert, Mike Bortz, Willie Galt, Jerry Gray, and Team MVP Pat Swilling. Well, actually, it's interesting. When I was opening these, when I was younger, I don't remember this many inserts in this set. But you can see we got a pretty good stack of rookies and inserts. So, not too bad in a big set like this back in the 90s. We start out with a Collector's Choice Magic. And that's the Magic Man, Don Makowski. And we got Scott Davis, Vince Newsom, Junior Seau, Darryl Greene, fastest man in the NFL. And we've got our number 1 checklist again. Star Rookie Checklist for Don McGuire. Got another proof for John Elway. We got Ernie Jones, Bob Golick again, Jeff Bryant, Richard Johnson, and then we got card 9 of 9, Montana. And that's the Football Heroes. Now this is the one I think that he autographed, so we did find the card, but not the autograph version. Wah, wah, wah. That's all right. We'll keep trying. Maybe we'll find it. And our last pack in this box, we got an All-Star Rookie of Stanley Richard. We got Brian Noble, Chris Spillman, Lewis Billups. We've got a Team MVP for Greg Townsend. Got an Eric Metcalf Collector's Choice proof. And we've got a checklist for 100 series. Sterling Sharp. We've got another checklist here. And that is going to be the 200 or 300 series. And then David Fulcher. Team MVP, John Stevens. And we finish out this break with card 7 of 9. 1989 back-to-back. And I think that's the card that's on the back of the box. And it was. There you go. So what a way to finish out this break. We did pick up few of our card series that we're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9. So we got 6 out of the 9 cards that we were looking for. We got one of the cards that matches the autographed picture that I've got hanging on my wall. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, just a bunch of great old names, bringing back some memories, and a bunch of inserts. So there you have it. Happy birthday, Joe. And that's going to do it for this one. Thank you for sticking in if you stuck around to the very end. And next time when we do these, I'll go through them a little faster. But I want to take my time with this first one. Just see what's inside 1991 Upper Deck Football. So pretty cool stuff. Got some nice cool throwback holograms and some other things as well. So there you have it. We'll keep looking for this one on some future videos. Like I said, thank you for sticking around with me on this one. I know it was long, but I had fun. I hope you did too. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on our next video. And until then, go grab some packs. Bust them open. See what you get.